kid's 1-year birthday party, a Christmas party, and one interview later, this is how we met. Oh, I got some ice cream for you. Here you go. Haagen-Dazs, some peanut butter crunch.
This
Not
is
sponsored.
my favorite ice cream.
Okay, cool. We're gonna dig into some ice cream. It's nice and romantic here. We got the moon behind us. And yeah, we're just gonna tell you guys the story of how we met because a lot of you guys have spoken and asked and requested.
The people have spoken.
Shall we dig in?
Okay, so how do we meet?
So,
A long time ago.
the year was
I can still
2018. The month was, do you remember the month?
November.
Was it November? No, I think it was before November.
October.
I think it was October. It could have been September, but I think it was October. We have mutual friends in which we were invited to a birthday party for their son. So in Korea, when a child turns 1 year old, there's a 돌잔치,
Special
which is
like birthday party for the 1-year-old.
right. So it's usually like this big event.
Big.
And in Korea, apparently a lot of people, a lot of families, they rent out these like halls. I
Like
guess
a
they're-
hotel, like
Yeah.
a hotel room, like
or
a
a conference room or something
and
like
they
that.
will have even whole buffets. That's why you go to 돌잔치 to eat the food.
Yeah. And the food will come into play in a few minutes. But yeah, so I was invited, and actually it was for, many of you guys might know this couple, but it's Hugh and Nicola from My Korean Husband.
YouTube channel, My Korean Husband.
And Yul, their little son, turned 1 year old, and so we were both invited to the birthday party. Yeah, it was in Hongdae, and I remember walking in just as a single man, not a care in the world, and yeah, I was just gonna go and hang out. I knew a few people that were there. I think Mika and Sujin were there, Dam and Hyo. So after we got settled and, you know, people are like greeting everyone that they know and things like that, I was like ready to eat. So they had this like nice little buffet spread. We're talking like they had like sushi, they had like Korean food. So it was a legit spread. So I remember going up to the buffet counter, I grabbed my plate and I started putting, you know, stuff on the plate. And then some girl in a yellow t-shirt and pigtails with a big old smile comes trucking up my way while I'm trying to get my sushi and my food. She comes up to me and I don't remember what she says, but she had this big smile and she was like, something along the lines of,
"Are you half Korean?"
yeah, I think that was the very first thing that she said to me. And I don't know what my response was. I was probably
You were
thinking like, who is this girl
Yes.
interrupting me getting my food?
Yes, I am.
Oh, is that what I said?
Yeah, you do like your polite, like, oh,
My little smile.
I'm so nice. Yes, yeah.
And that was the moment you fell in love.
Yep. Wait, let me tell my side really fast before we continue on. I went to that party because it's so silly. Because I knew Joel was gonna be there. You know Joel from 영국 남자? We're friends. And I figured like Hugh and Nicole are gonna be quite busy during the party, and I actually didn't know anyone else because I wouldn't call myself a YouTuber. I knew it was gonna be a lot of YouTuber people. I at first didn't want to go. I was like, oh, you know, maybe I'll congratulate him later. And I was kind of nervous to go because I knew they're all gonna be friends. Everyone would be friends together. So I came. I remember that morning. I didn't wash my hair, and I don't think I washed my face. I just brushed my teeth, I put on a little lipstick, and I went. I'm not even kidding. And so I was like, okay, you know, just pop in, get some food, say hi to Joel, wish them, you know, congratulations, and then I'll just go. And I'm not gonna know anyone, so you know what? Who's gonna know me? So I went there, and then I remember, yeah, across the room, I saw you, and I was like, my radar went up, and I was like, Happy, he's half Korean. And so I figured, oh, I'm gonna talk to him. And then yeah, I waited. I was waiting for my chance. And I saw you getting the food. This is the opportunity. And then that's when I jumped in because I knew you couldn't run away. Oh, I wasn't doing it just to be weird. I wanted someone for the Happy Project channel. Like the channel hadn't even started yet. So I was scouting people. That's why I approached you.
Right. So you intentionally waited till I went to get my food.
Yes.
So that I couldn't run away.
Yes. I was like sitting at the table waiting.
That's some mad forward thinking right there.
And I saw you go over there and get some food. And I said, this is my chance. And I jumped over there. And I was like, are you half Korean? And you were like, yes, I am.
So what was your first thought when you first saw me though?
My first thought was, he's happy.
Okay.
That was
and
literally
then what
my
else?
first thought. And then my second thought was, and black.
And then what else?
Okay. Tall. That was my thinking, and I was like, I'm gonna get his number. I'm gonna put on my list of people to interview, and then I'll be off. So that's what I did. I just took your number, remember? And then I was just like, okay, well I gotta go. Bye, and I just left.
That's true. That's true. Like you were very good at like getting in the conversation and like dipping out. So I remember thinking, one, I'm like, who is this girl like interrupting me getting my food?
Yeah.
But then I remember thinking, oh, she's quite tall, and I also remember thinking.
And what else?
Well, I remember thinking that I was like, okay, she has like mad happy vibes. Like I could definitely see that. And then I was like, okay, she's cute.
Oh, and what else?
That was it. That was it. Like I didn't like, and at the time, if I see a cute girl, I just think, oh, she's cute, and move on. So so anyways, so yeah, I was like, okay, cool. So we exchanged information, of course, and I think at that point we followed each other on Instagram.
Oh, did we? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I think I followed you later, actually.
Maybe.
I think I looked you up. Yeah. And then I found you, and I was like, oh, he's a YouTuber. And that's how I found out about your channel. I didn't watch anything on your channel. Because I didn't just, And I was just like, okay, cool, yeah, I'll ask you for the Happy Project interview at some point or another. And then after that, I had a party, right? I had a party in November.
This girl likes to host like parties.
I like hosting events.
Usually like with a good amount of people.
So I was hosting a party in November, and it was November 24th. I distinctly remember the date. And I decided just to invite you, just because, I was trying to actually get you for the channel. That's why. I was like trying to get him for the channel because he was a big YouTuber. And so I invited you via Instagram, and you were like, oh, thank you so much for the invite. I'd love to, but I can't.
Oh, yeah.
But I wasn't disappointed.
I was legit busy though.
Yeah. I was like, okay, whatever. They come and go. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. And then that was it. I didn't think about you after that. And then I had a Christmas party in December. Right?
Right.
And it was for the YouTubers in Korea. So I was doing this with Hugh, actually, from My Korean Husband channel. And so he was inviting a whole bunch of YouTubers. And then I think, did he invite you or I invited you? I did, right?
Well, it was more of an open invite to YouTubers in Korea. So
I guess it was.
I don't think you invited me.
But I think I sent you.
Oh, yeah.
Because I made like a little Christmas
That's
card
right.
that says, all I want for Christmas is you too.
Clever.
Isn't it? Okay, anyway, then I invited you to the party, and I was really happy when you said yes.
All right, so now it's December. And I remember right before going to the party, let's see, I was living in Daejeon at the time. So I came up that weekend to go to the party. And at that point, most weekends I would come up to Seoul. And I remember before the party, I met up with Mika and Dom. And they were already eating dinner somewhere. So I figured I'd just meet up with them before we head to the party. And we were actually a little late too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So yeah, after we left the dinner spot, we were walking over to where the party was. And I remember as we approached the building, there's a little window. And I think it was like the second floor.
Yeah, it was on the second floor.
And I remember, of all people, Becky was like the only one in the window from the outside that I could see. And then she's wearing like this red dress. And I remember she looks outside and she sees us walking in, and she just kind of smiles, like she's like doing her own thing in her own world, and she kind of smiles. I'm like, okay, cool. She sees us. So we go in, we just kind of hang out at the party in terms of like just with everyone, and the party was fun. There were a lot of people. Yeah, the party was fun. Like, I mean, good people. Music, a lot of people, YouTubers, non-YouTubers. I mean, it was just a big old party. We had little dance contests. That was prizes. So there was like a magician there. It was just like it was crazy. And so once the night ended, or the party was pretty much coming to a close.
It was like 2 a.m.
Was it? Dang. Yeah.
I was so tired.
Yeah, so she's like, the one hosting, bringing everyone together, making sure everyone's comfortable. And she's in the corner at this point, like just away from people. A lot of people had left at this point. And I felt like, you know what? I just need to go up there and talk to her, just to kind of, I guess, small talk.
Thank
and just
the hostess. The hostess with the mostess.
Exactly. So I go up to the corner, and she's in her own world.
I'm legit in the corner.
Yeah, she's in the corner.
Like, facing the corner. Like, that's how much in the corner I was.
You had a wine...
I had one glass of wine.
Yeah, you had a wine glass.
I wasn't drinking for the party because I was arranging everything and talking to people and, like, serving everyone. So finally everyone was in their pockets and talking.
Right.
And this literally was the moment where I was like, this is just me time. Everyone's happy and they don't have to worry about me. I had my wine. I turned into the corner so that no one would talk to me, and I was sipping wine by myself and just like jiving to my music. That was what was happening.
And then of course Sky City, smooth Sky City comes walking up, and again I'm just in my mind the only thing is she's a cute girl, that's it. Like I had no intention of like doing anything or hitting on her. So I go up to the corner just to say hi, and as soon as she kind of turns around and she just like locks eyes on me, and at that moment, like I was like, yeah, like
Really?
I don't know what happened. Like in that moment, I was like, oh my gosh, and then I got like kind of nervous.
Like birds singing and like butterflies.
Something, man. Yeah, so at that moment, I was like, oh my gosh, this is weird, because like I don't know, I think it was just the way you looked at me, and you were just so confident. Of course, you were looking like really, really nice that night. And so we just started talking, and of course I got myself together. She probably didn't know how nervous I was, and so we were just talking, and at that point we were talking a little bit about I think both of our parents. Like we were talking about not our parents. I keep doing that.
Yeah, we have different parents.
Different parents.
I did notice you at the party. This is what I noticed. You came dressed well. That was the thing that really like made me like catch my eye. Because some people came like dressed funny, Christmas sweaters. Some people were dressed casually, but you came with just
Kept it smooth.
Yeah, like this nice gray fitted sweater. You had a little tie, and I was like, okay, you even rolled up your jeans. The bottom cuffs. And I just thought he came well dressed to my party. That's called respect. And so I thought that was really, really nice and cute. Anyway, fast forward to the end of the party where I'm in my corner. I could feel him approaching, and I was like, no, don't talk to me, because I was so done talking to people. So while you were like, what did you say? Oh, hi Becky or something. I was facing this way. I think I rolled my eyes. I think I was like, I took a breath and then I turned. Why? It was like I had to muster back that energy to be cordial. And I wasn't gonna talk to you at all. So my plan was just to chat to you for a second and then pass you off to a friend who is nearby. But then you were so nice and charming, and you smelled so good. That was the weirdest thing. You smelled so good. Yeah. So I just kept talking to you, and then we talked for the rest of the night. It was really weird.
Right. At that point, I'm already like, oh gosh, I'm feeling this girl. Here's the thing. So Hugh, he comes in as like...
we have a lot to thank.
For real.
For Hugh and Nicola.
For real.
So like, they really...
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so like he comes in as a wingman, and I don't know if it was like, intentional, if he saw something, or if he wanted to make something to happen, but like... He was like, why don't you help Becky take the equipment back?
Oh my gosh,
help her take the speaker
remember
down.
How Hugh Oppa did it? He like, I remember asking him specifically, oh, Oppa, can you help me take the amp back? Because he was helping me throw the party. He says, oh, I was like, hey, you get right? I was like, okay, great. And then as I was dragging out the amp across the floor, Hugh Oppa just like walks out the door and says, Cedric, 너 도와줘. And then he just walked out. And I was like, oh, and then you helped me carry it. Yeah, it was quite abrupt.
Yeah. So I think Hugh was just trying to like, throw me a bone. But so like I helped her take the equipment back. It was a little walk down, like I guess a 10 minute, 15 minute walk. And it wasn't just me and her, but it was like a group of people. And I don't know if like, I think some people were gonna go out to like eat or
some
something
people
like
want
that.
to go out afterwards.
Right, and so my main intent and my main goal is to just help her get the speaker back and then just, make sure I set a really good impression. And so we were walking and there are, people kind of behind us, maybe in front of us, I don't remember, but it was just me and her really walking. I'm like helping her with the little wagon.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty much that night. I went back to my friend's house because again, I was living in Daejeon and I was staying at his house over the weekend. And I remember just like having a conversation with him. I was like, I think I like this girl. And that was the first time I actually admitted, that like, I think I liked her. So let's fast forward to 2019. And
I guess it was January.
So why don't you take...
Okay, let me tell you this part. This still blows my mind. He's not living in Seoul at this time. So Happy Project, I have Happy Project. And some other channel was inviting me to come appear on a documentary for a TV station. It fell through, but I was set up for filming that day. And the TV station was just going to come film me filming an interview, like doing an interview. And this was the very first interview that was going to go out on the YouTube channel. Like the channel didn't even exist yet at this point. So I was pretty nervous and excited, and I was like, okay, I gotta get, a good guest for our first video that's gonna go out. It was 10 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. Very awkward time for people who work or go to school. The girl I had planned for messages me on Tuesday night saying, I can't make it to the interview tomorrow morning. And it put me in a tight spot. I have no idea why I thought of you. I knew you didn't live in Seoul. I knew that you held a full-time job. I knew it was Tuesday night. But still, I felt like, I'm just gonna check. So I shot you a message and I was like, hey, it's last minute, I know, but are you available for an interview tomorrow morning here in Seoul? Right. And you said, ooh, well, you wanna know something weird? And you're like, I actually took tomorrow off of work and I'm heading up to Seoul for an event in the evening.
True story.
Yeah. And the interview went great, by the way. I mean, everyone already knows this now. It's on my channel. It's so weird to watch. That was our first, like, really proper sit-down interaction.
Right. Yeah. And I remember...
It's on camera.
Yeah, I remember I was, again, very nervous because, like, as I was sitting down, like, talking to her, I'm like, man, she's so pretty. And I'm just trying to keep my cool. So if you ever, like, watch that interview, like, just... Now you know the secret, so like you won't be able to see it the same way again. So like just watch me try to keep my cool and just like be articulate.
You were great.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, like, I went into the interview without thinking like, oh, I like him. Like, it was nothing for me. It was genuinely like, yes, we got a great person for the interview. He's gonna be awesome. I'm actually here for the shoot, and we're shooting at Cure Coffee Bar is what it's called. Cure Coffee Bar. Here, Cure Coffee Bar. For the Happy Project and also with Dan. We got Cedric here in the house and Alex.
And so after the interview, it was me, you, and Alex, one of the guys that was helping film. We went to eat lunch and she had a cafe hunt. So basically she's the cafe hunter. She had her blog and she would like go to cafes in like Korea and take pictures and write articles on them.
I just invited him to come. Alex and I were going to do it anyway that day.
So I just kind of tagged along, ended up being in the photos. Alex took some pictures of us.
I love them. They're some of my favorites.
Yeah, and again, I was thinking, oh my gosh, like this is like great. So after that, we find out that we actually were both going to the same event that night.
Yeah.
The event that I took the day off for.
Yeah, I was also going to.
We ended up going there and
I saved you a seat.
Yeah, and so we had a good time.
Okay, this is the thing I forgot to mention earlier. And this is pretty significant. At the Christmas party, after you and I were talking, I think you stepped away for a minute. My friend comes up to me and she's like, ooh, oh, how was it? You know, she's doing the whole thing. And I say so matter-of-factly, even now I'm like, why did I say that? I wasn't having butterflies or anything. But I remember thinking, and I was looking at you and I was holding my glass of wine, and then I looked at my friend and I was like, you know what? I could see myself with this guy.
Really?
Yeah, you could ask her. I totally said that. And she was like, oh, okay, well, he seems like a nice guy. And then that was it. It was just like, I just like said it and then moved on.
Dang.
It's weird though when I think back on it.
I mean, long story short, we ended up dating.
Oh my
Actually,
gosh,
a couple
we
of.
missed like all the important
I know, and we're running out of time because this video is already probably really, really long. So
yeah, it's just such
we're
a great story.
Yeah, so I mean, if you guys want to hear how we got to the point where we started dating, just let us know in the comments. But I mean, we started dating just a few months after that point.
Yep. He moved to my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
That was also really fun.
Yeah, but we'll save that for another day.
Okay, guys, we teased you enough. Oh, it's such a great story.
It is.
Am I allowed to say that about our own story? Like
of
that?
course.
It's a great story.
It's cute.
And that's how we met. The end.
The end. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our little story time, and yeah, I mean, there's so much more like details in that, but again, if enough people want to hear it, we might do another video, we might not, who knows. All right, guys, if you guys want to see us talk about any other topic or any other type of video you want us to do, let us know in the comments below. And also, don't forget to follow us on social media, and if you would like to support us on Patreon, make sure you click the link in the description below, and we definitely would appreciate it. All right, we're gonna see you guys in the next video, and remember to always seize the day. Peace.